guys, this is Scott, and this is my YouTube channel, Escape Art by Scott. Today is the 24th of August, 2023, and this will be my 98th video. Again, guys, keep subscribing to that channel for me, and hit that old like button, and share the video for me. I don't know why it's so important to hit that like button. The way I understand it, you hit that like button, it shares it with more people, I guess, in your group. I'm not for sure, how that works. I'm only get a couple of likes here and there. Some of the videos don't even get any likes. So for some reason that's important, to get my videos out. So help me out if you would with that. Again, this will be my 98th video. Actually, I started this video yesterday, but I had my remote for the camera here ran out of batteries, so I had to go and hunt around for some batteries for this remote. Finally, found a store that had some, and I got it, and it is ready. Okay, so the remote's ready. I got my paints out. The canvas is ready. Okay, I'm ready. I know you are too. So let's get to it. Got a 16 by 20 canvas here. As you can tell, I already got part of it all painted in. And this is going to be a mountain type painting here. I have a little waterfall coming down there, some trees, and a lake right through here. But let's just get going, okay? Let's get going. And again, I will be shutting off the camera. If you're just now watching me, check out my other videos, and you understand what I'm going, how I paint. So we'll hit off the camera here for a second, and I'll be right back. Alright, all I did is put some white paint over here on in the sky here. This will help blend my little, this is phthalo blue, and this will just help it blend some. As you can tell, they don't really mess around with these skies too much. Alright, and I do it this little squiggly way because I like little dark areas in my sky, and lighter areas and all. This almost guarantees that. Almost guarantees it. Now you have a little dark area, wide area, it's not all one just shade of blue. You got your different shades of blue, light areas, Now I'm going to just hit it just a little bit with some water. Now I've got a little, I'm going to start blending. See how this, white paint and the water, of course. It's okay if you get over that mountain, because we're going to come in here and put some rock formations up here, and just some nice little trees and stuff. So that will cover up all this little blue that might be in your mountain. So don't worry about that at all. No. Right through here. Now be careful when you're doing this type of scenery, and you already got your, your formation of your mountain in here, because right around in here you'll have like a little light area, and you don't really want that. It's kind of like a halo effect, and you don't want that. So just come right in here, and I was seeing that was happening. It almost does it almost natural. I'm just gonna wet down my little brush here. Get this blend a little bit better. There it is. Just right through here. And again, this right here takes out that little halo effect around that mountain. Something like that. Alright. There's that. Alright guys, I got my sky down. I might come back a little later and put in some few clouds up here. But right now, let's start working on this mountain now, shall we? Yes, indeed. Here we go. I made up some old mountain color. I put in some blue, black, and white. Made a little grayish blue color. Then I just mixed up some black and white. Just made straight gray. Okay, that's going to be my mountain color. And I see somewhere right here. I stepped back. I took a look, see at what I had, and I believe I'm going to have me a little ridge right about here. This is the mixture of the blue black, the blue gray color. And I'm going to just have me a little ridge right in here somewhere. Maybe it comes out. Something like that. Okay, let's wipe that off. Now I'm coming to straight grade. Just come straight down with it. Something like that. So I'm going to have a little waterfall coming off of here and then coming down. That's the whole idea anyway. And that's going to come down over this rock formation. So it'll look like, you got some rock formation behind the waterfall, okay? And that's a little, let's do another one right up in here. Something like that. Let's come down. This little rock formation here. A little gray color. And whatever, you could I could paint this whole thing rock color and then come back with my trees and all. So it don't matter. You're gonna have a whole bunch. Trees will cover some of this up anyway. So don't worry about it. No. And I almost forgot one thing I need to point out here. When I did my mountain, I came right up here with a little filbert brush, and while this mountain was still a little wet, okay, and all I did was just took my brush and made little shapes, little distant trees into the background, and that's how I did that. If you're zooming in on this somehow or another, that's what I did. That's that little detail that if you're going to these little art shows, art festivals or whatever in your area, that might sell your painting. Who knows? It ain't gonna hurt it, right? All right. I'm going to continue on, guys. I'm just going to do the same thing, right through here, and maybe make this top all rock. But you know how it's done, okay? So I'm going to shut off the camera, and then I'll be right back, okay? I need this little rock formation to dry a little bit more, so when I come back in and put my water in, it'll be dry. Some of that. The water right now is a little bit too wet. The water will pick up this color and it would dirty the waterfall. Okay, it would dirty it. So I'm going to leave it dry. Just give me a minute to talk a little bit about a few things. This particular painting here I'm doing now, I'm going to have to shut off the camera and charge it back up anyway. So why not talk a little bit more here? And one thing I want to talk about it recently. It's been brought up on ESPN, about now they're talking about who is the better point guard of all time. And they brought up Steph Curry and Magic. Okay, are you kidding me? Really? I don't even know why this is even a debate. That's ridiculous. Okay? Magic Johnson is the point guard. All right, Steph's a whole lot better shooter. I'll give him that. But he ain't even in the league with Magic. I can't. No. And I'm old enough to see both of them play. All right, and I put it to you like this. Magic, in a way, he don't even have to score. A game, and he can take over a game without even scoring. Okay, let's say Steph doesn't score at all. Is he still the best point guard? Absolutely not. I don't think Steph has ever been one of the top defenders, all right? And I don't see him getting, 10, 12 rebounds a game like Magic did. Come on now. Just stop with that. That's ridiculous. Putting, that ain't even fair to Steph. And, maybe many years, from now, Steph might admit to that. He won't now. Because, of course, he's going to say that he's the best. But I'm going to be honest. Come on. That's not fair. All right? That's really not fair at all. So enough of that, and let me get back to my painting. I'll get back with you in a minute. Just don't go nowhere. All right, don't go nowhere. All right, guys, it's still wet. I can't do it, so I've decided I'm going to come right through here, and I'm going to go ahead and hook me in my little lake right here. So I'm thinking I'm going to have my lake starting right about here. This is Prussian blue, okay? Prussian blue. I'm going to come right about there and leave a little open area and come right here. And start, when I'm coming over here, start going up a little bit higher, because I want to have my lake going all the way back here. So it starts here and it flows right through here, okay? And of course I wetted this part of the canvas, so this goes on pretty slick, alright? Now I'm going to come right through here with some of that phthalo blue, what I did up here, right through here. Of course, this is a brighter blue. Alright. Go ahead and wet this a little bit. Already dry, and that's what acrylics do. You know, you got to work with that. They dry, okay, a whole lot faster than oils. Now I want to come right into some phthalo green, right here at the edges somewhere. Coming over here, some light phthalo green, right here in the middle. Just don't go over crazy with this phthalo green, okay? Don't do that. All right. Oh, I got to shut off the camera. I ran out of white. Be right back. All right. Got me a little bit of white right here on my brush here, and not too much of this white. As it goes out to the end, it gets darker and darker. Okay, reload a little with just a little bit of this white. Come right through here. Again, as it gets out to the end here, darker and darker. Like always, a little bit more up in here, a little higher up. And then go across. Gotta go across. Already drying on me a little bit. Something like that. Slick. And guys, and that's how I do my water. That's how I do my lakes. You know, rivers, streams, whatever. You know, there's many ways of doing it. And that's the way I do it, alright? Be right back. Alright, I wanted to put my water in up here. Still a little tacky, Can't do it just yet. Now give me another chance, you know, to jib around here a little bit. Now, you know, I talked about sports, you know, basketball a little bit. Now, you know, I talked about, you know, some of my little animals. You know, I always enjoy the animals. And one of my favorite channels, you know, National Geographic, Animal Planet and all that. But we just got over Shark Week. And it was more like Shark Month. You know, and they call it Shark Week, but it's a whole lot longer than just a week. But anyway, I want to talk about a little bit, you know, the greatest shark of all time, of course, the megalon. Now, the megalon, you know, the shark millions of years old, you know, that lived back, you know, with the dinosaurs and all. And I know there's another Megalon movie coming out, part 2. But, you know, this shark right here, the way I understand it, and we all know that how big a T-Rex is. Okay, the head, listen to me now. The head of that T-Rex can fit into the mouth of that Megalon great white shark. Okay? I mean, are you kidding me? It could bite it right off. Hands down, the greatest prehistoric monster, dinosaur, whatever you want to call it, of all time. The most ferocious. You have absolutely zero chance. A T-Rex has zero chance out there in that ocean with a Megalon. Okay, nothing had a chance with that thing, swimming around. Someone that's 6 feet tall can stand upright in his mouth. All right. The way I understand it, they found baby Megalon teeth, just babies, and the tooth of that baby was as big as a great white of today, a full-grown 2,000-pound monster, great white shark of today. The baby was that size. All right, enough said. It boggles the mind. It boggles my mind how big this thing was. Okay, be right back. Finally, gonna start putting in the water here. All right, done my my lake right here. I'm about to drop some water in. Okay, be right back. All right, guys, I'm ready here to put the old water in. Got my little pressure glue. All right, on my brush, and I'm gonna come right through here. And first, I'm gonna put in this blue color. All right. Because I don't want this to be too strong because it's too far away. You got to keep that in mind. Too far away for this thing to be all white. So the blue just diluted a little bit. Now let's come in here. Let's just put in a little bit of water here. There. All right. And some more. It's going to hit that, and then it's going to come right out about here and drop down. Something like that. Come over. Let it drop. And again, you want to make your little waterfalls just a little bigger because I want to have some trees around here and it's going to shrink it up a little bit. Alright? So it's okay to make it a little bigger. It's okay, no problem with that. The problem you run is if you make it too small, you put your trees in, it shrinks it up, now you got a little issue, alright? Keep that in mind. Okay guys, I'm back. I had to charge up the old camera, but I'm back and ready to go. Everything is good and dry now, of course. And again, once in a while, I'd like to remind you, on my Instagram account, Escape Art by Scott, also on that. I got some of my paintings I did several years ago on that. If you're interested in, taking a look-see at my other paintings, feel free. Again, it's on Instagram, and it's under Escape Art by Scott. So let's get back to the painting. I put in this little area right here while I was off camera. Just a little, I thought, a little sunlight right here. The sun right behind the mountain here. And I thought, that's a nice little bright spot right there, alright? Alright, about to put in my little, the trees and all. And I got several greens going here, several greens. And, gonna come right here. And let's just start putting all these nice little foliage in here. Nice little trees. Yep. Again, this is my light source. Got to keep that in mind. All through in this section, it should be your lightest color. All right, as you're working your way away from the source of lights, it should get darker. Keep that in mind, and we'll be all right. And just working this little color in. Again, keeping just go right over this little rock formation, like almost like it's not there. You know, don't hesitate. It'll just make your painting look that much better. Here's this idea I brought up before, you know, about your waterfalls. Keep them a little bit bigger, because as you put this stuff in, these trees and all, see how it shortens it up some? See, now the waterfall's behind all those trees and all. You know, that's nice, very nice. Just adds a little more distance in your painting, if you're interested in that. That. Alright guys, I think you got the idea of this. Alright, again, your source of light, your lighter color right through here. As you're working your way, it gets darker and darker. Alright? Don't hit the camera off, okay? And when I come back, all this will be painted. So hold tight. Alright guys, I got all my trees in here now. I got this little open spot. I was going to cover that up with some trees. But I thought maybe, just maybe, nice little metal would be a little bit nicer right through here. I hope it is. It's there now, right? Might as well go all the way over here. There. Now, some of this it won't show, okay, because I'm going to have me some trees right here. Some more close so you can actually see the tree trunk and more detailed type leaves. Now, I would like to point out one thing here is that, you know, if you are starting to paint and you're having a little problem painting like this, or just painting and whatever, however you're doing it, and you're finding yourself, you know, difficult to paint. Well, it's probably difficult for most people. You know, it was sure enough difficult for me. But keep in mind, guys, keep in mind is that I've been painting for, you know, what, 14, 15 years, whatever it is. So, you know, it's going to take you some years, you know, to paint. You just can't pick a brush. You know, you're not Da Vinci or those other people, Rembrandt, who basically was born to paint. You know, was born coming out the womb with a paintbrush already in the hand. You know, some of us ain't that way. We got to work at it. So, and you know that old saying, you could do, you know, anything that you set your mind to. You know, anybody can paint. I kind of somewhat disagree with that little philosophy, because you know, it takes, you know, not everybody can paint, okay? You can't just pick up a brush and start doing something. Alright, you know, it ain't gonna look good. You have to have, you know, the mindset or whatever to paint. And you know, it's kind of like I brought this up before, you know, anybody can strap on a parachute and get in a plane, go up in the air and jump out of it. I can do that. I can put on that old parachute. I can get in that old plane and take off 25, 30,000 feet in the air, you know, and skydive. You know, I could do that. You know, I can get into a cage, you know, have a scuba tank on and all that gear, jump in a shark cage, and go down in that water, out there in that ocean, and see some of those great whites up close, mouths that big, teeth, and all this up close. So I can do that. I can jump out of planes. I can do it. I ain't gonna do it. Okay? I just ain't. Same way as painting. Painting is not for everybody. And if you can't paint, that's fine. Ain't no harm in that. But hey, if you're liking my videos, keep on watching. Help me out with that. But anyway. Alright. I need this area right here to dry a little bit more, so I want to touch up this water a little bit here now. Got an old flat brush here. Here's my son. And I'm going to come right in here. And let's just put in a nice little, I don't know. This is where the sun is coming down and hitting the water. There's a little shimmer across here. Just remember, the key to this, like I said before, many times, when you're putting something like this in, or a road or a path, a little narrow right here, as you're working down, come wider and wider, and that'll give you that illusion that it's going back into your painting, okay? And that gives your painting, distance, and that is the key. And in my opinion, in landscape paintings, is that how deep can your painting be? All right, like if you're standing here, how long would it take you on a boat, to come all the way over in here, or if you're standing here, how long would it take you to get to this point? So that's the key. The distance in your painting. Alright? I'd like to add one more thing here, is that this right here was a little wide, so I came back with my brush I was making these trees with, and I just narrowed it. See, now it looks like it's going back, because this is narrow and it gets wider and wider. Same thing here, narrow, wide, wide, wide. That's all there is to it, guys. That's it. Alright, this is dried up enough now. And I got me some little purple color. I want to start making these, shadow color of the tree. Then I'll come back and I'll put in the, the leaves and all. Before I do that, let me just add one thing here. Is that when I was on my little lunch break a little while ago, as the camera was charging, again I was watching my sports and they talking about Ohtani, the pitcher and designated hitter for the Angels. That he is as good or not better. I mean, they put him almost in the same category as Babe Ruth. Outrageous, okay? Outrageous. I don't know why, these people that, the players that played 100 years ago, nowadays people are forgetting what they did, that their stats don't matter, because today is today, then was then, now, is now, it is ridiculous. Ohtani, I ain't putting him down now, I mean, you gotta give the guy some credit here. What he's doing, pitching and hitting. Maybe at the end of his career, let's compare the stats then. Okay, let's do it then. But not now. That's not even fair. That's not even fair to Ohtani to start comparing him with the great, Babe Ruth. The people say, the past was the past. Well, that's the only reason why we have a future, because of the past. We have a past, because now we have a future, Wow, was that deep or what I just said? The only reason we have a future is because of the past. Hey, I just made that up, but hey, that's deep, ain't it? That's deep. There we go. A little purple on the brush here. Let me continue on with this here. The little purple. Knock off that excess, guys. Don't put too much. Not too much at all. A little purple here. Somewhere. I kind of like doing the little purple shadow color now. If you don't want to use purple, that's fine. Use whatever. But see, I've had a problem in the past of getting the canopy of the tree down just right. And since I've been doing this, I don't know, it's kind of helped me. Hey, you know, something works, you know, hey, why not use it? Shoot. Use it. But I'm going to continue now putting these little trees in, and then I'll be right back. I got a little brown double-loaded brush, one side darker than the other. My source of light, so the light should be to the right. And let's start putting in some of these nice little tree trunks here. A little more dark on that. There it is. You know, if you see a problem with your painting, whatever you're painting, change it. Because it certainly ain't going to change on its own, I'll tell you that. And just because you got one little canopy, you know, one canopy, but you might have 2 or 3, how many, or whatever, trees making up that one canopy. So keep that in mind. There it is. There's that. Alright. And that's good and dried enough. So let's go ahead and start making our little canopy trees for the leaves. Right. Here it goes. One. Two. I'm going to switch up those brushes here. Let me be right back. That brush was a little bit too big what I was doing. I need a little smaller brush so I can have some more control. Alright?